All right, you here? It's the Come Up Podcast. It's me, Ashei. You got Joe the Boss 313, but we got something special for you. We got Indo the Game God
in the building.
If we got a game guy in the building, I know it's about to be diamond sprinkled all over the screen.
That's right.
So we got a special topic. I never really talk about politics, but they want to talk about the Democrats. Now, if you a Democrat, you probably need to hear this. Are you a Republican?
I'll be honest. I was okay.
No. Sit up.
Okay. Now, I guess since we were brainwashed as colored people, we're supposed to be Democrats. But actually, if you think about all the people that are running for Democrat, they were born filthy rich. So the Republicans and the Democrat is both representing rich people. So how are we born as a Democrat? I mean, if you come to Toledo, I mean, is it cool for you to say you're Republican as a black man in Toledo?
No, it's very unpopular to represent Republicans. And back to what you were saying.
Right.
Let's take a history to the History
That's
Channel
right.
about the Democrats.
Yeah.
Now, know y'all hip to the Boston Tea Party.
Yeah. The Boston Tea Party, when they went to create a fake thing where they threw tea in the river while they was doing something else. What was they doing?
Facts. Boston Tea Party, the one who basically originated the Ku Klux Klan.
Okay.
And the Ku Klux Klan was not a gang, but it was a political terrorist group to terrorize blacks who were Republicans. If you go back
to stop them from voting.
Yeah, if you go back in the 1800s, 1700s, the Abraham Lincoln days, niggas was in power. This before the Black Wall Street. We ran California, we ran all these cities has been basically founded by Republicans, which was niggas.
That's right.
So they came up with a crew, like if you can't beat them, you're going to have to join them. So the Ku Klux Klan was started by the Boston Tea Party as a terrorist group to terrorize landowners such as yourself, such as any black entrepreneur that was doing things, either vote Democrat or die. That was basically the vote or die.
So we was forced to be Democrats.
Forced. You know what I'm saying? And it, what they call it, trans-epigenetic inheritance.
Right.
Where our grandmothers and all our people before us was basically forced into voting for Democrat. They were standing outside the polling offices. They was burning up cars. If you go back into old history, you can go back to Mississippi.
No, I believe it because you know what? My grandfather, my great-great-grandfather, he was Native American, had land in Mississippi, and one day they called him the N-word. Mm-hmm. And he got into it with the postal man, said, "Don't call me the N-word." And he smacked the postal man. Dun-dun. That night, they came back, hung him in front of his kids. My grandmother witnessed her dad getting hung in front of him. But they called him a land baron. He had so much land in Mississippi. This is where the casinos and stuff are now.
Biloxi,
Biloxi. So they ended up going into an orphanage. So my grandmother, she was an orphanage. You know, she got adopted by a colored family in Memphis, Tennessee. Thanks to their soul, because they believed in them. They worked for my great-grandfather on his land. It was sharecroppers.
Were they considered slaves?
No, they're sharecroppers.
Okay.
They actually lived with them in the same house.
What's the difference between a sharecropper and a slave?
They got paid.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the difference.
You're doing the same thing a slave doing, but you get paid for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now with the genetic transfer with the fear.
That's right.
Where your grandmother, after she seeing that, it probably trickled down to certain people in the generation where we vote for this, we vote for that.
So right. It's another way I seen it. It was like monkeys. They say, because I know some of my fans. They had monkeys, so they had a thing where it was some bananas all the way at the top of this chain. So, but if the monkey try to get up there, they'd shock the chain and the monkey fall down. Mm-hmm. So after they get shocked so much, they stop going up there. But then when the new monkeys come in, they'd tell their monkeys like, "Don't get up this rope." So now they only had a chain on. Now they don't even shock them. But not all these monkeys ain't going up there to get none of them bananas.
Yeah. That's epigenetic transfer.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? Yeah. Now the same thing they using now. If you go back to, I say the Obama era, he was a Democrat. Right. What they was killing niggas on camera. The cops. You seen all this.
That's true.
All that shit. Now,
Fear.
that was the
Pumping
fear. They was pumping fear. There was schools, mass shootings, is this, that. That's the Democrats thing. They're fear mongers. So they make you fear doing this and doing that. If you notice, look on the news now. It's election year.
Right.
If you notice, the same thing is going on now. Mass shooting happened the other day.
Exactly.
In Minnesota the other day.
Exactly.
Dude went in arms with the cops. So they pushing the fear tactic again. Give it to like April or May or June. You're going to probably see a nigga on camera getting killed by another cop again.
So
and you notice when Trump got in office, he
Every
defunded the police. He did, gave out money to the black community. He made us access to wealth. And that's the Republican making America
so
back great
how do
again.
y'all feel about
That's
that?
right.
He said that Trump made it to where black people had access to wealth.
Yes, access to capital. He put the most money behind the HBUCs. If you go back to 68, nigga Trump the one financed Jesse Jackson presidential election. But the Democrats run the Jimmy Kimmels, the CNNs. That's why Trump was always fake news, they're lying, But we only believe what television tell us to say.
So Trump came out with some new shoes today. They got an American flag on the little back part. It's an American flag on this boy. It got 5 stars on it. It's 5 stars on the
I gotta
flag.
see his new joints.
It's all gold, like his skin and his hair. I mean, his skin. They all
For
go
real?
with the red bottom for the Republican joint.
Yeah, facts. But
And I seen them. There was a picture on Ross for $29.99. They say $400 sneakers on sale for $29.99. You know, it's Trump doing something.
Trump making it back. Shit, it was what it was. And he basically what he told us was, what y'all got to lose. He can't promise us anything because Obama, as a black president, didn't promise us nothing and didn't give us nothing.
Would you buy Trump shoes?
I bought a ticket to one of his rallies before I fuck with his shoes, but at the end of the day, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Fuck it, give me a pair.
Yeah.
I'll rep his shit, do a crossover,
Like,
and be barefoot.
He doing the Kanye. He just pulling the Kanye out of Kanye book. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, but they on the fear tactic. You know what I'm saying? Where they pushing the fear on us, the fear of this, that, and the third. So that's why I think a lot of people, back to the original topic, is why a lot of people vote for Democrats. But this year, we seen.
Yeah.
We seen it. In the last 4 years when Biden got back, the gas went up, food went up. Motherfuckers is
Put us in debt.
starving so much.
Put us in debt.
I bet,
But see, when I'm looking at the market, what I found is that the market is going to do what it's going to do anyway. But kind of regardless of which president get in there. Like if it's tanking and you get a good ass president, he could get that bitch back up going. But it's pretty much the market going to kind of do what it do. If the shit is inflation, it probably is about to be inflation anyway, and this nigga just in there while it's doing it. You see what I'm saying?
I kind of believe that the president and 18 got a lot to do with it, because I'm going to tell you like this.
The market got to do with business and business people making business more.
it's a business. America's a business.
But all Trump is the elected official that helps but boost money back to the rich people. In order for the rich people to keep getting richer, they got to put it in the hood. The hood is the only people buying Versace,
the number one consumers.
Gucci. If they come out tomorrow with some gold flake tea, we gonna buy it. Cause why? We want to taste it. We want to see what it's about.
With the number one consumer.
I don't see too many Caucasian people buying Azu on tequila.
None of that.
I'm just being honest, man. I sat at my bar and look at what they buy. Guess what they buy?
What?
Beer.
Yeah.
I'm serious. I would look at them buy a Bud Light in a minute, and it'll be packed with them in my bar, man. They buy Bud Lights, and they'll buy it to the end of the whole night. Hey, give me another bucket.
That's it. They don't want nothing else.
Give me another bucket.
Alcohol, no nothing.
Give me another bucket. Brother said, hey, man, how much is the whole bottle of Anejo? Man, when I first had my first bar in 2000, I couldn't sell Anejo. I couldn't give it away. I couldn't get that Ciroc shit away either. You know what I'm saying? It's all about marketing tactics that they use on us.
Mm-hmm.
And people say, oh, it all starts from music. No, it don't. It starts from the hood brainwashing ourselves with it.
And the celebrities pushing them.
I got a couple things. Like first, I always say, like when you were saying about how we had power and we building the cities or the black people, I don't know. So I say on my part, I don't know. I don't want to stamp that part, but I'll be always open.
History.
I'm always, because he was saying some stuff about history, how they was taking slaves from America
Taking
to
them back.
Africa.
Yeah.
That's what he was like. That's what it's like. I was like, I knew I'm coming to over here, so I just be having my a different view.
The best farmers,
let
farmers was in America.
Yeah.
The best farmers, it was too hot in the desert to actually have corn coming out the dang old sand, rice coming out the doggone waters and swamps and stuff. They had to bring people from here to do the agriculture. When they came here, man, it was all beautiful. It was all fruits, vegetables, everything.
Man.
Yeah. So they took most of the plants they took from over here back over there.
Yup. So Joe just be having his own thing. But I wanted to say about another thing when you was saying that one of my great great grandfather got 40 acres and a mule and shit. So I know that that's part of this history as well and shit, because I'm part of one of the families that actually got the shit. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And then another thing I was thinking about Obama. Like Obama was in office, but he's not truly one of us because his people didn't go through 300 years of breeding in that slavery part. He had the African and that European lady, and they came over and he was representing.
That's right.
He didn't never really represent us. We never really had a president in office. We had a vice president up there now. You know what I'm saying?
You barely even see her.
You know what I'm saying? So
I ain't seen her in the interview.
when Obama wasn't doing a whole bunch of stuff for us, we thought he was one of us. You see what I'm saying?
The difference, I mean, I ain't gonna too much blame Obama.
I don't blame
I
him.
can
He wasn't us.
I could blame ourselves. We didn't demand anything. Because it's a thing, it's called benign neglect. Meaning, where they're not gonna promise us anything because we're not asking for anything. You know what I'm saying? We not, like the gays asked for this, they asked for that, and they got funding. The Latinos asked for this, they got the Deportation Act, they got a couple other things. White folks asked for this, that, and the third, and they got that. Black folks were just so happy just to see a nigga in office. That's what was the only thing we was, that's the only thing we was happy about, just to see a nigga in office.
All right, we back. We had to pay some bills. But one thing I wanted to say before we go off, we was talking about, political stuff. Y'all know I like a little bit of sauce in the show. And we was just talking about polygamy last time. I just wanted to open up polygamy. And once again, polygamy is a felony, right? But polygamy is when you got multiple marriages at the same time. A marriage is when you get a contract through the United States. You got a marriage license. So if you get marriage licenses and have multiple marriage licenses, that's polygamy and that's a crime. And they just started doing that in 1860. So people be like, oh man, in the Bible it said they had multiple wives. The plural relationships, they did, but it wasn't polygamy because polygamy wasn't even around then. That's some new shit that's made up when you got the marriage certificate licenses things, right? So since we not using them, we shouldn't even say we doing polygamy because we don't even have those licenses things. So you don't say that you're doing something that's a felony when you're not even doing it. That's called telling on yourself, snitching, and you're not even doing it. I just wanted to put that out there. Now you were saying something about polygamy, like the way they practice it in polygamy, that they get arranged marriages and all kind of other shit. We not doing none of it, but go ahead.
It's a community tactic where, because the average might be like, hey, polygamy, I can go pick Beyonce, Kelly Rowland, go get Sierra and make your own team up. But it's not. It's a tribal thing where Ashei, you a good provider. You just that and the third. Ashei. My bad.
That's cool.
Where you a good provider, you can do this, you can do that, because this lady over here struggling, this family over here, the lady with 6 kids struggling, and the lady with no kids is, got the same struggle. So if they meet Ashei, it'll be prosperous and it'll be better for the community, because it's a nigga shortage. So at the end of the day, it's not no problem, and it's kind of like every other country believe in it but America. Over here, the laws against it is white slavery, and they call it all other different types of things. Like you say, it's a felony, so don't admit to no felonies. You know what I'm saying? But it's basically the same concept. You know what I mean?
But if you're not using marriage contracts, you could have multiple wives. You know what I'm saying? That's not against the law. That's that's regular law.
Ain't that what the Amish do? They practice that?
I don't know what the Amish practice.
It's I know you're talking about the Mormons.
Mormons, yeah.
The Mormons, that's what they made the laws for them.
Yeah, I think they doing it.
They made the laws for them.
But it's like in Utah's and North Dakota, South Dakota, which is what's that, Northern Territory?
Yeah.
Yeah, they are just like tribal. They are the tribal law over there. You know what I'm saying? That's what a lot of the Indians, casinos is at more in that area. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I think Mormons probably got it right.
And then another thing about polygamy, usually it's sex. Usually the stigma that comes with polygamy is sex. So you thinking about multiple people, like, oh, I gotta have sex with them, I gotta have sex with them. But now my man was like, call it a partner or a life partner or family or something. Because it's like more than sex is just one small part of a relationship. I really be looking at the building aspect for life I'm building with this person. Like, what is we building? Okay, we get houses, cars, and shit. We taking vacations. We building businesses, get money and shit. It's like I'm building shit with this person way more than just sex. You see what I'm saying? So when you say polygamy, they still thinking about is sex too.
That's
so it's just take polygamy off of it. You know what I'm saying? For a second, like let's throw that shit off over there. And like I feel like I don't know. I never really talked to you about it, but I feel like us being bred over here and not really having no connection to history, like we like a new species. You know what I'm saying? I say they said slavery was 400 years in the Bible. 1619 we came over here. 2019 that would be slavery over. Then we had the coronavirus that reset everything. Couple about 3 years. Now we like a fresh thing. It's like we a new people and we figuring it out and shit. You see what I'm saying?
Me personally, I believe in some parts of what you just said, but we were already here. We was driving the transatlantic, we was riding currents, motherfucker, from Africa over here. We've been here way before Christopher Columbus even got here. How you gonna discover some shit and people are already over here?
But I'm saying when they brought them Africans over here and made it up with us,
we've been here.
So and took our history away.
That's what they did.
You see what I'm saying?
They erased our history.
And they bred us like animals for 300 years. Remember? They ain't no other people that's been bred like animals except for like them Spartans. Nobody was bred like we was bred to be super beings. That's why we be better at most shit. So I'm like, we a whole new species. I can't say we the niggas that was walking around through Africa and shit. They brought them over and mixed them with us.
We've been here.
You see what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, so since we a new species and shit, so now we could, I feel like we stronger and shit like this, but what about our mind? What about our spiritual components? We may be able to go farther than what if we pushing our full potential. So like, anyway, bring it full back around, even when you talk about relationships, what makes the most sense? You know what I'm saying? Not what they say about polygamy and what other niggas is saying about, no, but what actually makes the most sense for us to come up as a people?
At the end of the day, you can't really worry about what nobody else said. If it's working for you as an individual, that's like praying to a God that ain't even helping you out. You know, not to take it off the topic, but it ain't about what he or she or your mother or granny or anybody else got to say. It's what's better for you, because it's self-preservation is the first law of nature. So if polygamy is helping you and it's helping the community as a whole, it should be no problem with it.
I think we should take polygamy and throw that shit in the ocean.
I mean, of course, the name, the word of it, you know what I'm saying, the word
and
of it.
we figure something else out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
At the end of the day,
At the end of the day, figure something else out that work like you say for us. What worked for me?
Yeah, but that's that was it.
At the end, what's gonna have millions of dollars in the account and mansions and shit that.
We're so worried about somebody else's opinion or somebody else's doctrine or somebody else's life that half the people out here don't even live their own life. So at the end of the day, if it's working for you, regardless of which God you pray, what political group you belong to, if it's working for you, I wouldn't give a fuck what another motherfucker say. That's just how I live by that rule.
With that, we about to sign off. Joe, you got anything you want to say?
We basically hit all the points I needed to say, especially when we talked about the Republican part and everything. I've been trying to explain to people for a long time that we are the first Republicans. Like you can look at the Louisiana, North Carolinas, South Carolinas, we had the castles back then, we had the mansions then.
Statues.
We was the first people to discover agriculture. Like, look at who invented potato or who invented electricity. You got to think about that type of stuff. Like, if we invented all this stuff, how did somebody come along and make a corporation? Now they own GE Electric. Like, all this stuff we invented, and they just come along and make this new stuff that come out in the late 1900s. And now we look at them like they the so-called founders and the richest people.
They created the patent office.
Yeah,
they doing business.
They
doing better business.
But they doing.
We being creative and they doing better business.
Well, we can beg the difference on that, because guess what? China doing better business.
I didn't say nothing about China.
But I'm
just said
saying
they do a better business than we
Right,
do.
right, right.
You know
But I'm saying,
we creating shit
but I'm
and
saying
they
we can
exploiting
date.
it.
They just got the patent office.
I just
But-
feel like
you know
we
what
are
I'm
brand new people figuring it out. We should stop letting it happen like that. You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean, look at what just happened with the internet. They couldn't even figure it out. Now, guess what? Guess who owns everything on the internet?
Facts.
They own everything on the internet. We was releasing music, getting millions of dollars, and next thing you know, a few years later,
digital
they
switch.
figured it out.
So look, my thing as we signing off is: are you a player or a spectator? Are you in the game
That's right.
or are you just watching? Yeah.